Hello everyone, welcome to Arka Astro Science, and today in this video I will be discussing the 4th house, 8th house and 12th house from Venus. If it is occupied by Malefics, then how it impacts the marital life or the relationship, how it changes our viewpoint, our behavior when we are in our married life or in a relationship towards our spouse, towards our partner. It's very easy to understand. Just check in your horoscope wheresoever Venus is placed. Suppose Venus is placed in your 5th house, then make that 5th house as your ascendant. Just rotate your horoscope in such a way that Venus comes to your 1st house and check the respective placements of the other planets. You have to check 4th from Venus, 8th from Venus and 12th from Venus. It's very easy. And why 4th house? Because 4th house deals with the happiness, peace of mind, mental security. Venus is our relationship, Venus is our love, our ability to be in a relationship, the sense of bonding, the mental security which we can get from our partner whenever we are in their vicinity, or whenever we feel that he or she is my partner and he or she is present in front of me, so that makes me happy. That is the 4th house from Venus. And if it gets afflicted by a malefic planet sitting over there, it can impact the 4th house, the happiness from Venus. Why 8th house? 8th house is the longevity of the relationship, specifically when you are talking about Venus. So that's the reason 8th house becomes so important. Whenever we come in a relationship, we normally feel that it should be very committed one, it should be a very dutiful, very responsible, very lovely, compassionate. Here comes the point, how long are we thinking that we should take this relationship in the future? That will determine from the 8th house from the Venus. And our mindset when we spend some time with that person, our spouse or partner, the sense of pleasure and comforts, that can be understood from the 12th house from Venus, because 12th house is also the house of bed pleasures, intimacy. So if it gets afflicted by the disposition of a malefic planet in the 12th house from Venus, that can impact the pleasures and comforts which we feel, which we expect from the relationship, from our partner. It can adversely get impacted by the mere position of a malefic planet 12th from Venus. And when we are talking about the specifically the 8th house, then we have to also understand that 8th house is also the house of longevity, and it is also the house of reproductive life, reproductive organ of the native. So it becomes very important. So that's the reason 4, 8, 12. So come, let us understand with the help of horoscopes. Come. As here we can see that Venus is sitting in the 1st house, and this is the 4th house from Venus. So anytime if you find any malefic planet sitting 4th from Venus, it will disturb the peace of mind, the happiness index of the person whenever he or she will be in a relationship. Now it can be married life also, it can be normal relationship between two person. Means the some kind of mental anxiety or mental insecurity can be associated with that marital life or that relationship. Now it will depend upon the position of Venus of both the person, but whenever you find this kind of situation that a malefic planet is sitting 4th from Venus, you have to understand that adjustment issues with respect to the expectation which a person expect from his or her spouse will be there. Some kind of peace of mind disturbance can be found in this type of situations. Now this is the eighth house from Venus. It deals with the longevity of the relationship, the longevity of the significance of Venus. Now suppose if someone is in married life, now that is Venus, because that is the relationship. Marriage is significated by Venus, spouse is significated by Venus. So eighth house becomes the longevity of Venus over here. So if any malefic planet or multiple malefic planets are sitting in the eighth house, then it can disturb the longevity of the relationship. Here, eighth house doesn't means the eighth house from Lagna. I am talking about the eighth house from Venus. Wheresoever Venus is placed in your chart, count eight houses away from Venus, and you will find if any malefic planet sitting over there. You have to understand that the longevity of relationship for that person will always get disturbed depending upon the significance of the malefic planet sitting over there. It can be impulsion, it can be any kind of dissatisfaction or anything that can be there which can create problems. Now this also signify that the health of the spouse or the health of the partner has to be taken care of, because Venus also significates the spouse and eighth house is the longevity. So if any malefic planet sitting over there, you will also find that due to the placement of the any malefic planet, it can also disturb the health of the spouse. So the native must take care the health concerned of his or her partner. This is the 12th house from Venus. Now 12th house is the house of loss, and at the same time 12th house from Venus deals about the pleasures and the comforts of the relationship. 12th house also deals with the bed pleasures, and when we are talking about Venus, it is the Venus significates love, romance, and when you are talking about the pleasure and comforts of Venus, then it deals with the all the intimacy and all the lovable moments which the person and his or her spouse can experience in a relationship when they are together, because 12th house is also the house where everything dissolves. So it is the it signifies the area of life which is not visible to the external world. Okay, so now if any malefic planet will be sitting over there, then it will not only disturb their internal peace of mind, their subconscious mind, what they are going through in their relationship, but also it will also disturb the comforts, pleasure with respect to their relationship, with respect to any significance which is concerned with Venus. Now, since it is the house of loss, any malefic planet sitting over there can also disturb the vitality or the reproductive strength of Venus for that particular native. Don't forget, 8th house is also deals with reproductive organs, reproductive life, and when we are talking about 12th house, then 12th house deals about the pleasures and comforts. So if you find malefic planet sitting in 8th house from Venus and 12th house from Venus in a chart together, okay, means if both the cases are true, then it can create real problems with respect to reproductive life of the person. It can also create problems with respect to comforts and pleasure of the person in terms of the relationship between um, the native concerned and the spouse. Specifically, if it is in 8th house, then it will disturb the health of the spouse also. So that is the reason this 4, 8, 12 from Venus is very important. Means we must see that if any malefic planet is sitting over there or not, because it may happen that out of these three houses, one or more houses may get afflicted. The houses which may get afflicted, the significance related to those houses will always be a questionable matter whenever the native goes into a relationship. It has to be taken care of. Let us try to understand with the help of some different kind of placement of Venus. Like suppose here Venus is placed itself in the third house. If we count 4 from Venus, then it is the sixth house. This is the sixth house from Lagna, but when we count it from Venus, it is becoming fourth from Venus. Similarly, this is actually the 10th house, but when we count it from Venus, it is becoming the 8th house. And it is actually second house from Lagna, but from Venus, it is the 12th house. When any planet is sitting, specifically the malefic planets I'm talking about, if a malefic planet is sitting over in a 6th house or 10th house, it is considered very good, because a malefic planet can give you the enough hard working attitude to face the real odds of the life and go ahead in the real life and in any type of karma you do. That is 6th and 10th house, because 6th house and 10th house is a part of Upachya house. Upachya house means the house which grows with time, and the things which grows with time requires real life scenarios, real life struggles. So any malefic planet sitting over there can give you very good results with respect to the significance of 6th house or 10th house. But here 6th house and 10th house is from Lagna, not from Venus. It is from Lagna. When we are talking about from Venus, then this is becoming the 4th house, and this is becoming the 8th house. So again, we have to be very concerned that whenever the dasa of that malefic planet or antardasa of that malefic planet will come, or suppose any malefic planet is transiting over that malefic planet, or in general also you have to understand that that native, whenever he or she goes into a relationship, the mere presence of a malefic planet 4, 8, 12 from Venus can create real real life problems with respect to relationship, with respect to understanding, mental security, mental happiness, bonding with the spouse, with the partner, husband or wife. So we have seen that how the respective position of Venus in the specific horoscope, in a for a horoscope of any native, and the 4, 8, 12th house from that Venus can behave in different way, but the position of malefic in those respective houses can create differences, can create problems in the life of a native with respect to the spouse and relationship. Now what are the different scenarios? That will be dependent upon the planet. Like suppose if it is Mars, then it can cause some kind of distress, some kind of mental anxiety, some anger issues can be there, some temperament issues can be there. Like certain situation can come in the relationship, and out of impulsion, out of anger or low temperament, the behavioral changes can cause distress in the relationship, discord in marital life, that is caused due to Mars. Suppose if it is Saturn, then it can make you feel that I am getting totally bounded by restrictions, lack of love, insecurity, fear, unknown anxiety. This kind of things can be there due to the Saturn. If it is Rahu, then it may make you feel either dissatisfied, or your spouse may feel dissatisfied due to this relationship by the mere position of Rahu over there. If it is Ketu, then it may always make you feel that it was a headless decision to come into a relationship, or it may make you do certain works or certain karma which is not meant to be done while you are following up with your partner, or you are spending some time with your partner. If it is with respect to Ketu, because Ketu has not got that head, so some headless decisions can come in front of you. or you may suddenly feel that I didn't want this kind of relationship, or I didn't want this thing in my life. But this you will feel only when you come into a relationship. This is done by Ketu. So you have to check in which particular house from Venus these planets are sitting, and the results, the scenario will be depending upon those particular houses. Now few questions may come, few questions may arise. What if a malefic planet is the lord of 4th house, is the lord of 8th house, is the lord of 12th house from Venus? Like suppose Venus is sitting in the 2nd house. Okay, so 4th from Venus will be 5th house. Suppose Mars is the lord of the 5th house and sitting in the 5th house itself. We all know that 5th lord, 9th lord, Lagna lord, they are always benefic for a horoscope. So definitely this Mars will give good results with respect to 5th house, with respect to its lordship. Definitely, because it is the 5th lord sitting in the 5th house, it will protect the house. But don't forget, when we are checking from Venus, make Venus as ascendant and then check it. Then it will be 4th from Venus, and lord of 4th house is neutral. We have to be very careful when we are judging the horoscope. The natural significance of a malefic planet will not change. That is the reason how it gives its result. The deliverance of the same result given by Jupiter will be different from Mars. The same result given by Saturn will be different from Venus or from Mercury. Okay, it will be different. So when we are talking about a specific malefic planet, we have to be very careful when we are checking it from Venus. It can be a good planet from your Lagna, from your ascendant. It can be your 9th lord also. Like Saturn can be your 9th lord. Okay, but when you are checking it from your Venus, the natural significance of Saturn will not change. So those kind of challenges will come in your life. Now suppose if the corresponding planet is a Lagna lord, or suppose 5th lord or 9th lord, then challenges will come, but with the divine grace, with the divine blessing, those challenges will be overcome. It may happen like that also. Or you should also check, suppose there are malefic occupants in the 4th, 8th or 12th from Venus, suppose, but Jupiter is looking into that house, Jupiter is sitting over there, or Jupiter is aspecting that house, safeguarding it. Or suppose there are multiple benefic planets also aspecting that house, then also you will feel that yes, problems are there, but there are also some protective influence. Something or the other is coming to help me out, take me out of that problem. So by this it works. So we have to check the horoscope overall, total 100%, each and every point. One particular thing can mislead you. Yes, in horoscope checking, in astrology, there is nothing called 2 minus 2 equals to 0. It does not work like that. If it is plus 2, then you will get the result of that plus 2 also. If it is minus 2, you will also get the result of that minus 2. So we have to check each and every point of the horoscope. Specifically when you are checking through Vedic astrology, it will give you the total influence of all the planets present in your chart, and that's how it works. So on this note, I will signing off for today, and next time when I come back, I will be bringing on another interesting video. And if you have liked this video, then press the like button, set to your near and dear ones. And anytime if you want a consultation from me with respect to your horoscope, your Venus, then check the links in the description section, and your comments are always welcome to me. And as usual, if you are new to this channel, tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video, you get notified instantly. So thanking you. Bye bye.